The rise of AI has created an underground arms race between students, professionals, and the detection tools designed to catch them, leaving everyone wondering, can you really trust the system to know what's human and what's machine? I decided to put this to the test by running 10 of the most popular undetectable AI tools through every major detection system available today, from Turnitin's new AI writing detector to GPTZero, and the results were shocking. The experiment included AI essay writers like ChatGPT-4o, Jasper, and Copy.ai, coding assistants such as GitHub Copilot and Amazon Code Whisperer, voice cloning tools like 11 Labs and Resemble AI, and even image generators that claim to produce human-like artwork undetectable by reverse search tools. The goal was simple. Push these tools to their limits, then run their outputs through the latest detection software to see what gets flagged and, more importantly, what slips through undetected. What I discovered reveals just how flawed the current detection ecosystem really is, and why students and professionals are increasingly willing to gamble on AI-generated work. The first test involved generating 5 1,000-word essays on different topics using various AI writing tools, then submitting them to Turnitin's AI detection system. While some tools like basic ChatGPT outputs were immediately flagged with 90% or higher AI probability scores, more sophisticated platforms like Pseudowrite and WriteSonic managed to produce content that only registered 15 to 20% AI likelihood, well below most institutional thresholds for concern. Even more troubling, when I manually edited just 10% of the AI-generated text, changing word choices, adding personal anecdotes, detection rates plummeted to near zero across all platforms, proving how easy it is to fool the system with minimal effort. The coding tests revealed even bigger gaps in detection capabilities. While GitHub Copilot suggestions could sometimes be traced through metadata, tools like Amazon Code Whisperer generated completely original-looking code that even advanced scanners like CodeLeaks and CopyLeaks failed to identify as AI-assisted. In one startling case, an entire Python script written by AI was submitted to a computer science professor's custom detection system. It passed as human-written because the tool only checked for plagiarism, not AI patterns. This exposes a massive blind spot in technical fields where code originality checks haven't kept pace with AI advancements. Voice cloning presented perhaps the most unnerving results. Using just 30 seconds of my own voice recorded on a phone, 11 Labs generated a perfect replica that could read any text I input, including sensitive work emails, in my exact tone and cadence. When played for colleagues and even close family members, none suspected it wasn't me speaking. Voice authentication systems fared slightly better, with some banking security measures detecting unnatural speech patterns, but many basic voice verification tools used in workplaces were completely fooled. The implications for fraud are staggering when you realize how easily someone could fake a CEO's voice to authorize transactions or manipulate employees. Image generators like Midjourney version 6 and DALL-E 3 brought their own surprises. While reverse image searches could sometimes trace AI art back to its source, newer tools like Stable Diffusion's stealth mode produced images that left no digital fingerprints. Even more concerning, several AI detection plugins designed for browsers completely misclassified obvious AI images as human-made, when the prompts included specific instructions to mimic amateur artwork styles. This suggests that as AI becomes more sophisticated, detection tools are increasingly relying on outdated tells like too perfect compositions rather than analyzing deeper digital artifacts. Perhaps the most revealing part of this experiment came when testing AI Humanizers, Tools like Undetectable.ai and Humbert that claim to rewrite AI content to bypass detectors. These platforms performed shockingly well, consistently reducing AI detection scores from 90% plus down to 5 to 15% across multiple systems. Their method? Introducing subtle errors, varying sentence structures, and mimicking human writing quirks that detection algorithms interpret as authenticity. This creates a paradoxical situation where the very imperfections added to make text seem human are themselves generated by AI, a hall of mirrors that even the detectors can't navigate. The bigger question this experiment raises isn't just about technological capabilities, but about the ethics and future of work in an AI-saturated world. If a student can generate a B+ essay with AI and make it undetectable in 10 minutes, does the assignment still have value? If a programmer can churn out bug-free code using Copilot, should companies still insist on original work? And if voice cloning becomes indistinguishable from reality, how will we verify identity in an era where hearing is no longer believing? The education and corporate systems racing to implement AI detection are fighting a losing battle, not because the technology can't improve, but because the definition of human work is becoming impossible to pin down. Some universities have already stopped using AI detectors due to false positives that unfairly target non-native English speakers whose writing patterns accidentally mimic AI. Meanwhile, forward-thinking companies are shifting toward oral defenses, real-time work verification, and project-based assessments that can't be easily faked. What became undeniably clear through this testing is that current detection tools are shockingly unreliable. They both over-police, flagging authentic human work as AI, and under-police, missing sophisticated AI-generated content. The arms race between generation and detection will only escalate as language models become more advanced and personalized. Some AI developers are even rumored to be training their models specifically to evade known detection algorithms, creating an endless cycle of adaptation. For students and professionals, this creates moral dilemmas. In a system where cheating is increasingly hard to define or prove, is using AI assistance fundamentally wrong, or just the next evolution of productivity tools like calculators or spell check? The most unsettling takeaway from this experiment isn't about the technology itself, but about how it's exposing flaws in our systems of trust and verification. When I submitted the same AI-generated essay to 5 different detection tools, they produced wildly different AI probability scores ranging from 8% to 94%, a variance that makes academic or professional consequences arbitrary at best. Even more troubling, some detection services themselves use AI models that are easily manipulated by prompt engineering. This means, well, a tech-savvy student could theoretically trick the system into labeling genuine work as AI or vice versa. This unreliability has led some institutions to abandon detection entirely in favor of honor systems and pedagogy shifts. But that approach ignores the very real problem of bad actors exploiting AI to gain unfair advantages. As the lines between human and machine work blur, we may need to radically rethink how we evaluate merit altogether. The experiment proved that with current tools, a determined individual can absolutely produce undetectable AI-assisted work. But it also revealed that the most meaningful work still requires human judgment, creativity, and critical thinking that AI can't replicate. The solution may lie not in better detectors, but in designing assessments and workflows that leverage AI while still valuing the irreplaceable human elements. Until then, the cat-and-mouse game will continue, with both sides constantly adapting, and the definition of cheating becoming murkier by the day. One thing is certain: as AI generation improves, detection will only get harder, and institutions clinging to outdated verification methods will find themselves fighting an unwinnable war against the inevitable future. The real test isn't whether AI can be detected, it's whether our systems can evolve fast enough to stay relevant in an age where the distinction between human and artificial may no longer matter, or even exist.